Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passenger. A few days ago, July 14th, was Bastille Day. In France, people go around saying, Vive la France! When I was growing up, and to this day, people in my family on July 14th go around saying, Vive la Marilyns! That's because July 14th was also my mother Marilyn's birthday. She would have been 101 this year. So in memory of my mother, some pieces by Passenger writers named Marilyn. First by Marilyn Churchill from Passenger's Winter 2018 issue, Refugees. Marilyn said that the poem arose out of a desire to express something larger than herself, about the ongoing refugee crisis in this country, which has been described as the worst since World War II. We are all refugees rising out of the volcano. We are all molten lava still warm from the Maker's womb. We flow black, red, gold, brown, and white streaming out of the earth. Winged once, we knew earth from a great height, knew the vagaries of wind, the seamless sky, the tops of trees. We dream flight sometimes as slaves dream freedom. As children, we practice what we later forgot. We are all refugees. We are all blood rivers. Don't listen to the strong men with weak heartstrings who know only the business of making money, who know war's strategy, divide and conquer. We are forever rivers. We flow into, under, around, as refugees who run and reappear. We refuse to disappear. Refugees, Marilyn Churchill. Marilyn Wallner said that this next poem was inspired by an Irish friend who used this expression to describe a woman who kept her house in a constant state of readiness for visitors that were never welcome nor invited. The house-proud woman. She licks her house the way her too-fat tabby grooms itself. Licks her table until she sees her face with drooping jowls reflected in the gleaming surface. Hers, the only eyes that will see the splendor of this patinated perfection. Marilyn Wallner's poem, The House-Proud Woman, from Passenger's Winter 2020 issue. Marilyn said, I am a 90-year-old poet eternally vigilant to keep technology at bay, writing my poems using a pre-World War II manual typewriter. Marilyn McConnell said that a family tree composed some half a century ago by an older cousin she never met led her to write this next poem, My Ancestor James. Sometimes I pretend my ancestor James, who came here in 1776 from County Down and enlisted in the American Revolution, affects my fate. Saves me from wrong turns I'm not aware of, like an angel would. And why did I pick him instead of his wife, also my ancestor, about whom I have no information whatsoever? Or an elder he left behind in Ireland, since, after all, an angel doesn't have to book a flight? And why them at all and not my mother's family, combo of French-Canadian and Pennsylvania Dutch? Sepia line of the broached and invisibly brave who put me in mind of different sorts of farmhouses than do the McConnells, of shutters involving cutouts and a more pinched aspect to their wear and tear. I don't know what it is in me that sidles up to Ireland. Maybe someone who winds up being born there a century from now, or in Manhattan, will reach back to me after some uncle or cousin composes another family tree. But why should they? Why did I choose James? Except that his name topped the list of the tree my cousin Jim made. And because I knew that one more thing. He was a soldier, whose boots I picture stiffening in the shape of revolution, somewhere in his barn, as he later walked, lucky, into his fields somewhere in the Carolinas. Or maybe it was Arkansas. My Ancestor James, Marilyn McConnell, from Passenger's 2020 Poetry Contest issue. Congratulations to our 2023 Passenger Poetry Contest winner, George Drew, from Post and Kill New York, and each of our 48 honorable mentions. An interview with George, some of his poems, and poems by all of our honorable mentions will appear in Passager's contest issue, due out in September. To subscribe to or learn more about Passager and its commitment to writers over 50, go to PassagerBooks.com. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and various other podcast apps. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, Roseanne, and the rest of the Passager staff, I'm John Shorr.